hypermobile or have chronic pain or any kind of chronic condition, it is likely that you have these large oscillations in terms of how you feel, and that is impacting how you are doing strength training and fitness. So if you're new here, I'm Coach Chelsea Z. I work with clients with hypermobility, chronic pain, and chronic conditions, and I help people develop lasting strength and use strategies to actually be able to develop strength over time. So if you have that big oscillation, it's really problematic because a lot of fitness programs and strength programs are very linear and they don't allow for that oscillation. So I like to think about it and I like to put how I feel into these different zones that's helpful for me to make adjustments. So the red light zone is like, stop now, don't push, be very careful. Yellow light's like, cautionary, don't push, depends on what you do, depends on your body. And green light is like, hey, we're successful here and we want to be able to push a little bit and put a little bit of stress or strain on the body because that's actually how we're going to develop improved fitness, improved strength. So I'm going to give you an example of how I use this structure from my life from this week, which is that we were doing some painting a couple days ago. It's actually taken me 2 days to figure out why this happened, but it basically kind of set my body off. And a lot of people who have hypermobility or Ehlers-Danlos, hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos included, have other comorbidities such as dysautonomia or MCAS, which impacts the entire system and how it functions. So for me, chemicals, paint, fumes tend to make me feel very poor. So I had a workout plan for 2 days ago, but due to some painting, some other stuff, it basically put me in that red zone. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm in the red zone. I gotta be really careful here because I don't want to push myself farther into that red zone. I don't want to go farther down the rabbit hole. So for myself, I have a bit of a list of things that I can do for myself. Water, electrolytes, food that doesn't agitate my system, decreasing stress, and a list of light movement work that I can do that actually helps my system to regulate. So I did that stuff. Awesome, cool. Now it's 2 days later. I'm probably still in that kind of yellow zone where I'm being pretty cautious. And hopefully I'll kind of get back to a green light maybe this weekend, depending on circumstances. So the goal of this is not to say, hey, I can control everything. But when it comes up and I do feel horrible, it gives me and it gives clients, it gives you something to work with. So what I encourage you to think about is, what are the things that help you to regulate? What helps you to feel a little bit better? And how can you put those in a category in your mind so when you don't feel well, it cues you to do that stuff? And I think that it's an easy thing to think, oh, I want to have control over this. And sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, but it can be helpful to know what tools are helpful for me.